Wow, there's a lot happening in the world. A lot happening in the world, a lot happening in history. So thank you for spending this time together. Thank you for spending this time together as a community. I'm going to share something with you. So as you know, I've been reading this, Timothy Snyder's On Tyranny, 20 Lessons from the 20th Century. I haven't talked about it in a long time. I set it aside there for a little while, but this week I picked it up again and started reading. I think I was feeling a little bit disillusioned in that I was asking the book to teach me how to fix things. And that's just not in there. But there is some really interesting stuff in there. And so I was reading, I don't know, I think it was chapter 15, maybe 16. And what the chapter talks about is our need to, well, it talks about our need to fight back, but it's our need to use the gifts that we've been given in order to make a difference in the world. And the name of it is chapter 15. I just looked, and it's contribute to good causes. Excuse me. What's the chapter title? In it, though, you know, we can look at this sort of thing and we can say, well, use your time, use your touch, use your treasure, use your time, touch, treasure, and talent in order to make a difference in the world. And that's a very real thing. That came out of another book that I read years and years and years ago about living generously. Anyhow, as I was reading the chapter and as I was thinking about that, what can we do? What can we do? What can we do? I was also thinking about people out there who will sometimes wonder, well, what is it that I can do? You know, I can't go to a march. I can't go to this. I can't do that. I don't have any money to contribute to this or that. I'm limited in my ability to get certain places or to do certain things. Maybe it's because I'm living in a town and that's just not who our town is. Maybe I'm living in a very, 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 very red town. And even though these things that I want to do are blue in nature, that kind of stuff doesn't happen here. So what is it that I'm supposed to do? How is it that I'm supposed to help? You know, I'm tired of sending emails and I'm tired of making phone calls. They don't get answered. I'm tired of getting on social media and hearing about all the problems in the world, but I can't really do anything about it. Well, at the end of the day, I think Professor Snyder's point is this. The chapter isn't about contributing to protests. It isn't about contributing to bringing down a political regime. It isn't about directly bringing down an authoritarian or a tyrant. It's about using whatever gifts and skills and talents that you've been given, using the assets that you've been given to bring people together. And all of us have the ability to do something along those lines. Every single one of us has been gifted, and every single one of us is in a position where we can be a source of life, where we can be a source of light to people, including people who may be on the other side of the spectrum, people who maybe are buying into tyranny, maybe they're buying into authoritarianism, maybe they're buying into these policies, even though those policies are really damaging to them. But all of us have been placed in certain situations where we can make a difference. And while the work we do, or maybe while using our gifts in the capacity we are able, maybe it doesn't bring 10,000 people together in the middle of a street to cry freedom. Maybe it brings 3 people into a room to have tea and to talk. Maybe it brings 5 people in a room to play Dungeons and Dragons. Maybe it brings people into a space to play cards or to build a puzzle together. Maybe it's a book study or a Bible study. Maybe it's just a group of friends taking a break from the world for an hour or two with no real plan just no real plan apart from reconnecting. I don't know. One of the things when I first read this chapter, I was at a coffee shop in Halifax here. And I don't know why, but baking bread came to mind. Maybe somebody out there is talented when it comes to making different kinds of bread, and you can get together with people and just, make bread together. I don't know. But thank you all for being here tonight and making a difference in one another's lives. Thank you all for being here tonight to make a difference in my life, to teach me something, to encourage me, to support me, to energize me. Thank you for being there to hold one another and to encourage and support one another, to make one another laugh. Maybe we, between David or Mick, maybe we'll hear some jokes. I don't know. All of us are equipped to make a little bit of a difference in the lives of other people. All of us are equipped to bring people back to a place of normalcy. It's what we need. We will need these little innocuous events, these little innocuous communities to spring up that threaten no one, that threaten no one, that look like nothing, but they remind people of why we cherish the things we cherish. They remind people of how good life can be. They give people a reason to keep going, to keep struggling, to keep speaking up, speaking out, to keep being willing to get into that bad trouble we all keep hearing about. So thank you. Thank you for your gifts. Thank you for your gifts. Thank you for your abilities. Thank you for all that you bring to the table. I pray you will all continue to do so here, and I pray that maybe you look around. Look around and ask. Look around and wonder. Look around and listen to what it is your neighbors are sharing with you, and maybe there's an opportunity there for you. Again, getting together and making puzzles with one another, getting together and baking some bread, getting together and making cookies, getting together and sipping tea. You don't know, but that might be the thing that changes the world. Amen.